The Renaissance. René Descartes, Part 5, Biography. Professor Michael Botwin, Department of Psychology, California State University, Fresno. René Descartes is a French philosopher. He's a little bit of everything. He was a true Renaissance man. At one point in time, he was a soldier, a mathematician, philosopher, scientist, and some people count him as the first true psychologist. Descartes had a reserved lifestyle. He liked to be pretty much by himself except for a few close friends. I think he probably was a little bit introverted. He liked to sleep in as the definitely not a morning person. I prefer that lifestyle as well. And he was an extremely introspective and thoughtful individual. He just was all over the place with his discoveries. We're primarily going to discuss those things that affect psychology. He did discover simultaneously with Leibniz and independently of him calculus. While he was a young boy, Descartes' mother passed away, and his father was a successful lawyer and sent him to a monastery to be raised. Descartes as a boy was kind of frail, and the monks that were taking care of him felt a little bad for him, so they let him sleep in the morning in his cell. And yes, monks live in cells, and so do the people that visit them. And Descartes was laying in bed one day, and he was watching a fly buzz around. And he came to the conclusion that if he knows 3 positions, he could know anything about where that fly is at right now, and depending on the fly's trajectory, could also figure out where it was going to end up. From this, he invented calculus. It's the one form of math I kind of find fun. Maybe that's because I'm reserved and like sleeping in too. Now, Descartes has several ideas about scientific thinking. As you saw with Newton, how to do science is a big thing, and we'll see this really to the extreme when we talk about our next individual, Francis Bacon. So here are Descartes' 4 precepts for scientific thinking. First, ideas must be clear and distinct before you can accept it as truth. No fuzzy logic for Descartes. It has to be clear, it has to be distinct, you have to be able to know what you're observing and thinking about. Descartes' second point was that each inquiry must be reduced to small, manageable steps. He was a reductionist, liked to break things down into the smallest constituent parts. Once you get that order and those parts, your thinking should be arranged from simple to complex. If you know the naturally occurring order of an object or a phenomena, then you should use that. If not, you should impose a working order until you've got the facts down and you're able to represent the natural order. Fourth point, all possible facts should be included to be certain of reliable results. You don't want to miss anything. You want to make sure you account for everything going on. So, that's our introduction to René Descartes and his thinking about the world and his thinking about science. In our next episode, we'll look at how Descartes developed one of the most important philosophical observations in recorded history. Till then, see you next time on the history of psychology. Bye now. This has been a We Have Couches video production. Copyright 2020. Professor Michael Botwin. All rights reserved.